Hi all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to see how to crochet this sunflower with pot. So for making the sunflower, let's take this light brown yarn, a brown yarn and a dark brown yarn, and also we need a yellow and a green yarn for the leaf. So let's get started. So today we are going to use this green yarn for the leaf, the yellow for the petals, this brown for the front part of the flower, and this dark brown is for the soil and the light brown is for the pot. You need a 4 mm crochet hook, and also you need a 3.5 mm crochet hook. Needle, a scissor, and some polyfill and a wire. So come on, let's crochet this beautiful sunflower with pot. First we'll create the pot. For this you need to take 3.5 mm hook and create a magic ring. Inside make 6 SC and slip stitch. For row 2 chain 1 and increase on each stitch. At the end of the row 2 you will be having 12 stitches. For row 3 chain 1 SC, increase, repeat it for 6 times and slip stitch. By the end of the row you will be having 18 stitches. Row 4 chain 1 SC in next 2 stitches and increase, repeat this 6 times and slip stitch. For row 5 chain 1 SC in next 3 stitches and increase, repeat it for 6 times and slip stitch. By the end of this row you will be having 30 stitches. Now chain 1 and turn your work and work on the back loop only. Create 30 SC on the back loop only. By end of this row you will be having 30 stitches. Slip stitch your work. For row 6 chain 3, turn your work and make 1 DC around. By end of this row you will be having 30 stitches and slip stitch your work. By the end of the row 6, this is how your work looks. For row 7, 8 and 9, chain 2, DC all around and slip stitch. By the end of the row, you will be having 30 stitches. And this is how your work looks. For row 10, chain 2, DC next 4 stitches and increase, DC increase and slip stitch. For row 11, chain 2, DC around. You have to make DC on the first loop only. By end of this row you will be having 36 stitches and you can just slip stitch your work. This is how it looks by the end of row 11. Now for row 12, chain 2, DC around and slip stitch. Now cut the yarn, and this is how your work looks. Let's make the soil. For this I am taking the dark brown. You can follow the instruction which you can see it on the display. You have to make row 1 to 6 to crochet the soil. Once completed, let's sew it along with the pot. You can just use a normal sewing needle and sew it. Fill some polyfill into it and complete the work. So this is how it looks once it's done. Your pot is ready now. Let's move on to the leaf. You need to make 2 leaves. For this, chain 10 SC on the second chain, make 1 HTC on the next stitch, DC on the next 5 stitches, 1 HTC, SC, chain 2, turn your work, SC, 1 HTC, DC in the next 5 stitches, 1 HTC, SC, and slip stitch your work. Now let's see how to make this beautiful sunflower. On the front you'll be having the brown, and on the behind it will be green in color. So let's get started. To make the front part of this sunflower, you have to take 6 mm hook and follow the instruction which is being given in the screen. From row 1 to row 5. By the end of the row 5, this is how your work looks. Now cut your yarn and let's make the green part as well. For this, follow the instruction which has been given on your screen. Make row 1 to row 5, which is same as the brown. So you have to join these two, the green and the brown. So the brown part will face on the front side because it comes on the front side of the sunflower. Let's get started. I'm taking 4 mm hook. Take the yellow yarn, insert the hook inside the stitch. Pull the yellow yarn. Now chain 2 on the next stitch. Make 1 DC on the same stitch, make 1 treble crochet, chain 2, slip stitch on the first chain. On the same stitch, follow with 1 treble crochet followed with 1 DC, and on the next stitch, chain 2, slip stitch your work. Repeat this for 10 times. I have created 2 petals. Let me make some more. So now I have made 8 petals, and now let's stuff some fiber inside. Once done, make 2 more petals so that your work will be completed. cut the yarn. So this is how your work looks. Let's sew the remaining yarn inside your work, so that it will not be visible out. Once all this done, assemble all your work together. Ta-da! Your beautiful sunflower is ready. Try out and drop your comments below. Until then, bye bye. Please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon.